It is a sound like no other when they raise that 12th man flag here in Seattle. We just heard it, and that means it's time for football at CenturyLink Field. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Arizona Cardinals and the Seattle Seahawks. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Now the first carry for Cam Akers. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A big run there, 29 yards and a first. Opening quarter, his opening carry of the game, I think they'll give it to him a few more times, as they should.
You're exactly right about that. With that type of a run, you want to repeat it many times until they show signs of stopping it. I think he did his visualization exercise before this one, and they're paying off.
Yeah, this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Brings up second and a yard.
And they'll employ the jumbo set now on 2nd and 1. They go play action now. Wilson. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete.
For a Seahawks.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. They'll run out of the gun with Akers. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. They've taken this opening kickoff and marched it right down the field defensively. Not much resistance.
And that's the point, because my admiration is for the guys moving the ball right now. They know what they're doing. Their plan is working. But I flip it over and watch and say, okay, what are you going to do to change things up? Because if you don't, they're going to put that ball in the end zone real soon.
1st and goal from just inside the 5. From the gun, it's Wilson. Flushed out right. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. From 4 yards out. And the Seahawks take the ball down the field and score on the opening drive. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
25-yard line.
Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on first. They have to be wary of as this game continues.
At the 23, it's 2nd and 12. From the gun, Murray. Open man is Jacob Hollister. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Andy Isabella was the intended target, and that'll bring up second down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. And he stopped immediately there.
Number 36.
Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. Shotgun now for Murray. And that is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
This will be taken at the 10. That'll go as a 42-yard punt, but a net of 32. They had a 10-yard return, and it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1
to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we would be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
Here's a run with Akers on 2nd down. And he'll push forward for about 4 up to the 23.
The ball carrier.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
And 7.
So now at 3rd and 7, and defensively, it's a dime look, 6 DBs. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. But it's caught by Shorts. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He had the touchdown on the opening drive. Now he's got a 1st down. They'll run on 1st down with Akers. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Reddick in on the tackle.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, here's a give to Akers. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
Yard loss on the play. It's now 3rd and
The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on 3rd down. From the shotgun, Wilson. Open man, it's Preston Williams. And he will get this to the midfield stripe, but that's not going to be enough. He's a few yards short. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. And this works out well as it'll kick out of bounds at the 11-yard line.
At their own 11-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression.
They're trying to find Chark, but it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
On 1st down, Akers. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Wilson now off the bootleg. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback.
Wilson's pass.
Give him 6 on the play, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
They'll try and run for this with Akers. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line.
That's the end of the first
2 yards and able to get the 1st down in the process. Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They go play action with Wilson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Fleming. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That'll pick up the 1st down for Seattle on a gain of 18. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Here's Akers. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
loss of 2.
Moving backwards on 1st down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on 2nd down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play caller, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you've got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up not just the yardage lost, but gain a few extra.
Thrown away.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he... Wilson hit, it's loose, it's out, fumble.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
Myers' kick is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive, capture the field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
On the return, Andy Isabella. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They find themselves down 10-0 early after the interception on their opening drive led to a field goal.
So now they've got to pick up the mantle a little bit. You mentioned the team's down 10. They've helped contribute to that. How are they going to get their team back into this ball game? Run the offense that you think is going to be effective and execute it at a high level.
The big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Now on 2nd and 13. Murray, pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. The sack by T.J. Watt, or as his mother Connie calls him, Trent Jordan Watt.
3rd and long.
Well, that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot. 3rd and long. To throw, it's Murray. He's going to air one out. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
It'll wind up being a net of 41. 9-yard return, 50 on the punt. And it'll be Seahawk football as they take over deep in their own territory. On 1st down, they'll start out with Akers. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs them. Play action. It's Wilson. Going to throw right side here. Complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. From the gun, Wilson. He's airing it out for Williams. Into a double team, and it's entered. Baker with a pick. And a great return as he 30-yard line.
By the Cardinals.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
Out of the gun, here's Murray. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. He just joined the double-digit party with that last pick. He now has 10 on the season.
And that takes a great amount of skill, study, a tad bit of luck. But bottom line, he's had a heck of a season.
They'll begin on the ground with Akers. Tackled by Isaiah Simmons.
Cam Akers, the ball carrier. The tackle made at the 24-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. Justin Houston in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
3rd down.
Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Let him know. Let him know. Let him know. Let him know.
Operating from the gun, Wilson. And he'll air this one deep. And got his man complete. And all the way down to the 40-yard line. It's a big play on 3rd down for the Seahawks. 43 yards. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Here's a run on 1st down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1.
We knew both of these safeties were good in run support, but how about the play we just saw there? How about that closing speed? Able to get to the outside part of the field and turn that play into a loss.
2nd and 11 at the 41.
All day, every day, any day. Hey, switch gears.
From the gun, Wilson. That is incomplete.
Thrown to the sideline and incomplete. Brings up third down.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Operating from the gun, Wilson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
They ain't ready for
Picked
it.
off at about the 31. And he'll get this back across the midfield stripe and down to the 47-yard line.
They'll take over.
Sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Dante Fowler in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. So we have reached halftime with our score 10-0. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
For Seattle.
It'll be the Cardinals who get the ball first. They trail here as we resume action in the third quarter. That'll be taken about a yard deep, and this will be a touchback. No return from Isabella. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks. It doesn't matter what you call the position, it's who you put there, and there we saw completion.
That'll put him at 77 yards receiving for the ball game. It's a first down. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Murray to air it out again. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
He'll drop this underneath to Gurley. Give him 3 on the play, and all of a sudden here it's 3rd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Andy Isabella, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Cardinals have cut it to within a score. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now.
Makes the score Seahawks 10, Cardinals 7.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
The ball carrier.
Well, partner, I don't think it's any secret that any running back wants to be able to see a hole open so they can gallop through it. But in this case, he had to slow down. There was really no hole there. And he took a big hit in order to get that 1 yard.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. From the gun, Wilson. And he will find his man on the outside. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. And a throw right sideline is complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 47. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
No gain on the play.
So nothing there that time, and maybe you need to look to the O-line. They weren't able to create any space.
No, they weren't, and you know as well as I do, as many offensive line coaches we've ever those guys get to the sideline.
And they're usually loud and big. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Buying time to his left. He may try and run for this. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. The rushing numbers for Wilson maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the 1st down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run this with Akers. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Well, it's almost football 101 that you preach to your safeties. Don't let anyone get behind you. You're the last line of defense. But he didn't let the play come to him. He went to the play. How about that read and recognition and finishing off that one behind the line of scrimmage?
Well, the 2nd down throw on target. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Play action. Now Wilson. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
Their own 22-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
They'll run on 1st down. It's right, and he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a gain of 11 and a Cardinal 1st down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the 2nd level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
48-yard line.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
1st down, Arizona.
First down, Murray. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Devin Bush, credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Operating from the gun, Murray. And connecting here with DJ Shark. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Murray going to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. 3 yards all they can muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the 4th quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Well, the bad news, they had the turnover last time. The good news, their defense only surrendered 3. So now we are through an opening, and there he goes. 30, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Cam Akers with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will be a touchback. No return from Isabella.
At their own 25-yard line.
Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. From the gun, he'll set up to throw. This one caught by Isabella. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
22 yards.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Here's a 1st down throw that's complete. And he is down at the 48. A pickup of 4 that started at one 48-yard line and ended at the other. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. From the gun, Murray escaping the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a 1st down. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. To throw is Murray. And that'll be incomplete.
They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Murray. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. That's caught by Hollister. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 25-yard line. That'll put him at 95 receiving yards now as he's got a 1st down. Murray now on 1st down. That is caught. at the 7. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Another 18-yard gain. They had 18 on the previous snap as well. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit them, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Gets this to Isabella on the jet sweep. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here.
On the Seahawks 10-yard line.
Operating from the gun. Murray being chased out left. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. From the gun, Murray. Flush to his right. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Murray and company going for it on 4th. Flushed out right. And he will score. Touchdown, Cardinals.
Touchdown.
A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Cardinals are just an extra point away from tying this game.
Well, I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his team down to that point, but his legs that finished the deal. Give him credit for making it happen.
17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they hit the home run last drive. 1 play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. He's at the 30. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Cam Akers, his 21st touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks are going to take the lead. And they will take a 7-point lead now.
Makes the score Seahawks 24. Cardinals.
After the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 25-yard line.
He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll look to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Eluding the pressure right. He'll throw complete to Cam Akers. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Cam Akers, touchdown number 22 on the season. And the interception by the Seahawks D leads to a touchdown.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a two-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
On the return, Isabella. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line.
The ball carrier.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 22-yard line.
Again they run with Gurley. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
And it's 3rd down.
On 3rd down, they'll run it with Gurley. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
It's now 4th down.
So the victory here for Seattle, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.